Hello and welcome back everybody, it's Reality here, and welcome to the fourth round of the AIRS DTM series. Today we're here at the Brno Circuit in the Czech Republic for, as I've said, the fourth round of the championship, and it's still all to play for that DTM crown. And as you guys have been voting, the DTM series is going to finish at the end of this season, and we're going to go to more races for Formula 1 with a slightly changing format as we go forward into the future. Keeping F1 and DTM separate for now though, and really the only thing left to do is go down to the grid. On pole position for today's race is Alex Kahona Sr., followed by Yaya Tunde. Then we have Jenson Booker and Finley Taylor. Joseph Murray Sr. starts up the third row. Then we have Kadish Kupra, Alan Kopich, Thomas McHugh, Nicolas Shakatano, JC Dixon, James Smith, Noria Kamerdzian, Carlos Rosales, Yuri Tugud, Simon Kirisi-Jack, TJ Nisbet, Baba Tunde, Matthew Barton, Armani Risotto, Isabel Harvey, Hugh Fujibayashi, your championship leader, Alex Portland-Wilson, Louis Sach, Rudolf Schalder, Mitchell Langenberg, Jinchan Wan, Gohard Hanel, Daniel Gray, Jürgen Nosker, Juan Luis Ramirez, Wolfram Schock, and finally David Granville. And really, without further ado, let's get into the race. As we're going to be watching for the red lights, they'll come on and we'll wait for it to go green. And we're racing, here we go. It's a decent start from Kahona Sr., but it's even better from Yaya Tunde. Is Yaya Tunde going to try and go around the outside into turn 1? As they all blast down towards turn 1. It is Yaya Tunde, he's going to wrap it right around the outside. That is a brilliant line. And yes, he has taken the race lead. Jenson Booker in third, followed by Taylor, and I believe we have Joseph Murray Sr. there. As it looks like Finley Taylor's going to try and make a move on Booker. Not quite. As your top two, Kahona Sr. lost his lead at the start, but he's now trying to close back up to Yaya Tunde. This circuit has a lot of medium speed corners, especially in these cars. You're going to be running in about third gear for half the lap, or it certainly feels that way at least. And with these DTM cars running on slicks, but they're not exactly thick, as you can see, and not much downforce apart from just a stock rear wing. It is certainly hard to overtake here, especially when everyone's got to be braking at the same points, as there's only so much grip you can have. Kahona Sr. here and Yaya Tunde are both breaking away from the pack. They've certainly looked like the quickest drivers this weekend. As Finley Taylor is under attack from Smith. Smith has passed Booker and Booker has dropped down to 5th. Murray Sr. in 6th, getting hounded by Thomas McHugh, as we're going to get on board with Smith. So we head up Horsepower Hill and into the penultimate corner. Certainly an overtaking spot for motorbikes, but in these DTM cars not quite. As it's coming out of the last corner here, perhaps into turn 1 we might see a move. Smith getting ever closer, they all brake at the same point. And into this long right-hander that starts off the lap. As we look back, you can see Jenson Booker in behind, perhaps looking for a move. He's going to get right up close, perhaps out braking himself slightly, as Finley Taylor has gone a little bit wide but has got a decent exit. So we come onto the bonnet cam. Taylor getting a bit wide there. Hasn't lost that much time though. We will be watching track extending. as up front it is pretty much unchanged with Cojones Senior on the back of Tunde, but not quite going for that move. So we're going to come out wide shot again. Jensen Booker is closer to the back of Smith than Smith is to the back of Taylor. So I'm going to go back and see. Yuri Tuga's up to 9th already, and Simon Krisiak is overtaking Shai Katano. Two drivers with incredibly hard names to say. I'm going to attempt to say Simon's name from now on, but as you probably heard already, it is pretty cringeworthy. As we're going to go back and see your order as followed. You can see on the bottom right we have our display. Fujibayashi down in 25th. We have Isabel Harvey, McLaren Formula 1 driver, down in 27th. And Louis Sage is your runner-up? I mean, your last place driver at the moment, battling with Jonathan Granville. This is a nice battle between the two drivers. As we're going to watch back, I call this Horsepower Hill because that's what they call it in motorbike racing. And it's certainly a place where you're going to be slipstreaming up the hill to try and make an overtake into the final few corners. As we're going to get a wide shot, as we're just going to be watching the last place battle for a little minute. Sage is no longer in last, but what's Jonathan Granville going to do? He's right up the inside. Not quite, he backs out. So going up front, Yaya Tunde is still your race leader, followed by Alex Cojones Senior. Cojones, you can see how close he's getting. That's almost a tap on the rear. And it's Mercedes versus BMW here, which is even more interesting to watch. As so far in the Constructors' Championship, if you haven't seen it, Mercedes is certainly pulling out a decent lead. But at the moment, I would say that BMW are going to be pulling in more points than Mercedes this race. Some tracks just suit the different cars better. I personally prefer driving the BMW. Yaya Tunde then, defending his lead with everything he can in the number 5 AMG. The red and white car of Cojones Senior cannot quite get past. They certainly have a good lead back though, and they can afford to battle a little bit, but hopefully they're not going to be the ones that lose time and lose their podium positions. That would not be smart. But Cojones Senior is certainly eyeing up a move as Yaya Tunde is pulling away a little bit off through the straight, gets a little bit of a kick of oversteer into the corner. And yeah, as you can see, he's pulling away once again. I think that Mercedes has a little bit more grunt, albeit on the top end. I think that BMW has a little bit more to give. So you're leading two. And then we have Finley Taylor, who's broken away from Booker and Smith, and those have broken away from this little pack for 6th. And down the hill, breaking into the braking zone, the orange Jagermeister car is hounding Thomas McHugh here. As I'm going to go on board, you can see in the mirror that orange car is certainly looming. And he has got a pack looking backwards, and they're all certainly going to be wanting to get into the points, as every point matters in this series with only so many races. Shai Katano is putting a move on Rosales here. He's up the inside, but Rosales is going to bring it all the way around the outside and defends his position. And here's Yuri Tugan on the back of Alen Kopic, former championship leader. Yuri Tugan was. And speaking of championship leaders, where is Q Fujibayashi? Let's have a little look back. I believe she is in 29th. Or perhaps not. She's made up some positions. She's in 23rd now as she gets incredibly sideways. That deserves a replay. Let's get to fast forward a bit here. What has happened here? So they're going up the hill and Fujibashi gets an incredibly wide line, drifts it, and actually loses a position to Luis Ramirez. Not smart driving from the championship leader. Let's see where Thomas McHugh is. I believe he's running second in the championship at the moment. In fact, I know where he is. Yep, he's leading this pack, isn't he? Or not, because James Smith has dropped backwards. In fact, have a look here. Jenson Booker. Oh, Jenson Booker gets into back of Finley Taylor there. Loses a decent chunk of time. And now it's a straight up battle for 4th, as we're going to go a little bit more up front, as Cajones is looking ever closer to Yaya Tunde. As we're on the 5th lap of 10 already, we're already half race distance. And if I do say so myself, not much has really happened. Unfortunately, this circuit is not providing the best racing that I could have asked for, really. But it's certainly clean, and it's certainly a game of timing and a game of where are you going to make your overtake, because if you try and make an overtake at a bad position, you're going to lose time, and that's certainly not what you're going to be wanting to lose in this close pack racing field that is DTM. Yaya Tunde has been caught up by Finley Taylor now. He's looking very fast indeed. So I'm going to have a quick look and see who the fastest lap of the race is. It is Norer Kamerdzian, the Armenian. So we're going to get an on board of Finley Taylor. As we're breaking down for the left-right, that leads up towards Horsepower Hill. And honestly, that's a really bad exit from Finley Taylor. It's a decent exit though from Cajones Senior. Is he going to iron move into the final few turns? Not quite. Around in the final corner, it's all about the exit, and Yaya Tunde has definitely got the better exit there. But with that slipstream, albeit marginal, is Cajones going to sense a move? Not quite. He's sitting in behind, playing the strategic game. And Finley Taylor has actually dropped away a little bit there. And he's being caught by Jenson Booker and Murray Senior and all of those whom are behind. Here's Booker then, fighting for a podium. Down the hill once again. You can see how close he is getting. It's less than a tenth. Really, these guys are driving bumper to bumper. That can only really slow them down. Now Cajones Senior has fallen back into the clutches, as here comes Murray Senior trying to go around the outside of Booker. I think that could work. And that is certainly a brave move from Murray Senior. He's gone right around the outside. And so is Alan Kopich. He's followed him through. He's now on the inside, but Booker's going to get a nice exit coming out of here. Not good enough though, as Alan Kopich creates the bait and switch and goes up the inside, and now has affirmed his 5th position. Yuri Tugos is in the final points paying position, but that's certainly under fire from Thomas McHugh and Nicolo Sciacatano. And they're all battling for 6th really, this pack of 5. Up front though, as we just come over the crest of the hill, once again we have a battle for the lead, as has been through the entire race. Perhaps Cajones Senior is just waiting for the opportunity to arise, waiting for Tunde to put his car in a unfavourable position and capitalise on a mistake. As Finley Taylor decides, no, he's not sitting in behind, and Taylor gets past. He's now your second place driver. Taylor right on the back of Tunde. Maybe he's going to be the one who takes it to Tunde. As they come back down the hill, Finley Taylor is really hounding the AMG driver once again in his Schnitzer car. Or Bugatti, I can't remember what team Taylor is, to be honest. Look, the BMWs just keep the corporate colours and I can't really determine which ones are which. In the braking zone through one of the many chicanes we have at this circuit. As we watch Taylor, as we watch Cojones in the mirror, he's closing up and perhaps he's got the right line to try and make a move. Not quite. As Taylor actually pushes it into the back of Yaya Tunde there. We're on lap 7 already of 10. And back up the hill once again. Engines revving their nuts off as they come over the crest and hit onto the braking zone. As it looks like Cojones Sr. tries to make a move in the mirror. Finley Taylor gets pushed out a little bit wide. And Cojones Sr. is going to go around the outside. Indeed he does, and that is the move done for the Tauber driver. So, good move, and here comes Murray Sr. Is he going to drive around the outside? Yes, he does. Finley Taylor loses 2 positions in one corner and a straight. And Cojones Sr. retakes the 2nd position. But now it comes down to whether or not they can close up to Yaya Tunde. Or can Joseph Murray Sr. overtake the 2 of them and take his race win? Going down the hill now, trying to close up in the slipstream and coming down towards the hairpin. Here they come. As I just have a little drink there. Cojones Sr. once again is right on the back of Yaya Tunde. Indeed, Alex Cojones Sr. was quite happy at the first round where he said he qualified 4th and he wasn't expecting it. He didn't think he had the car that weekend, but certainly showed his pace, and once again he's showing his pace here today. Furthermore, Yaya Tunde, speaking out on the Nürburgring race, upset that he didn't quite get the win there, but he certainly has a chance here today. And it's looking between the 2 drivers that we saw right at the start battling, as Murray Sr. dropped off a little bit. It's Yaya Tunde and Alex Cojones Sr. battling for the win here today at the Brno Circuit. As we see Nicolo Sciacatano under attack, Babatunde's under attack from Yuri Tugad, and Sciacatano is attacking Buka. So we can get a nice on board with Yuri Tugad. She's going to go underneath Babatunde into turn 1. That was a nice aggressive move, but it looks like Tunde is going to try and go around the outside. Not quite, no. Yuri Tugad is up to 7th. Coming back up front once again, Joseph Murray Sr. has closed up to Alex Cojones Sr. And they're running 2-3 in the pack once again. Perhaps Finley Taylor can come onto the back of this train, as we are on the penultimate lap of this race. And it's still all to play for. Yaya Tunde is basically led start to finish. But these drivers certainly looking hungry for that win. And really, it's right in front of them. All they need to do is give a little bit of a bump, and they may be able to overtake. coming round the bottom of the circuit of the hairpin. And back up the hill once again. It's built on a hillside. Gives a nice visual for the fans as they can sit on the hillsides and really just watch the racing unfold. As we're just spectating Murray Senior here. We're going to go on board with the Linda car as we're coming round the final 2 corners. As we're going to enter the final lap of the race. And it is all to play for here. Kahuna Senior right on the back of Tunde, and so is Murray. As you can see the indicator on the bottom left, 1 lap to go. And this could be a brilliant final lap. Murray Senior trying to look around the outside, but not trying to lose his speed. Gets a good exit. And he's looking inside. Kahuna surely conceded some will defend. Indeed he does, he's going across the block off Murray Senior in the process, trying to work out where Yaya Tunde's weaknesses are. He's been following him for 10 laps. Surely he can work out where his weak spots are. And he's fallen a little bit away now. So Murray Senior is going to close up. As we're going to come to an outside view, Yaya Tunde is putting in a brilliant lap so far. And we could see the Nigerian win his first race in AIRS. As Murray Senior has overtaken Kahuna, perhaps sensing that the lead is slipping away. And Finley Taylor has also got past. He's lost 2 positions in the final lap. Here comes Murray Senior then. Is it too little too late? Blasting down the hill to the southmost part of the circuit. The gap is 1.4. I think it's going to be it. And I think it's going to be Yaya Tunde who wins this race. As we get a little visual there. As we look back, they're not close enough. As we enter the final 2 corners, Yaya Tunde really doesn't need to do much more. He doesn't need to defend. As he comes around the final corner, it's going to be Yaya Tunde who wins the Brno race for DTM. Murray Senior fights valiantly for 2nd place. Finley Taylor gets 3rd, followed by Alex Kahuna Senior, unlucky to lose his podium in the final lap. Then it's Jensen Booker, followed by Yuri Tugud, Nicolo Sharkatano and Baba Tunde round out the points. It's a Tunde double points finish for them. Simon Kedisuthiak gets 9th, and then we have James Smith. Thomas McHugh unlucky to not get points today. Mitchell Langenberg, Kadish Kupra, Carlos Rosales, Alan Kopich, Dixon, Risotto, Shalder, Nisbet, Portland Wilson, Chan Won, Barton, Louis Ramirez, Shock, Fujibayashi, Noska, Sage Harnell, Kermerdzian, Granville, Harvey, and finally Daniel Gray. As I'm going to fast forward a little so I can get my crash car over the line. So we're going to come out to the final results. As you can see, Yaya Tunde is your race winner today, followed by Murray Senior and Finley Taylor. And your points finishers go as followed. And that is it from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Tune into the next DTM race, the penultimate round of the season at Paul Ricard. It really pulled out a thrilling race well, not last season, in the test season I did. Really thrilling race. And tune in on Friday for Formula 1 as we head to, I forget what circuit. That's quite bad of me. I believe it's Brazil. That race last season gave us the closest winning margin. So really we have some exciting stuff to bring to you in the coming weeks. Thank you all ever so much for watching therefore. I've been Uriality. Take care, have an awesome week. Goodbye.